What's up, douches? I haven't uploaded any StarCraft because I just haven't won a game that I felt was good enough to upload. You lose a bunch in StarCraft, but no point in uploading that. I think the algorithm is trying to make me play competitive. Because it kept pairing me with like better and better opponents and higher rankings and like diamond and shit like that. But my teammates were like in bronze. I had one teammate that was in gold. They didn't keep up. We got rushed by Zerg, and I had a shit ton of Marines because they had mutas. They quit the game, and all they had were zealots. Like they were gonna do a zealot rush, and that was it. I was like, fucking retarded. Anyways, I had a whole spiel I thought about going into, but I don't remember. Yeah, I yelled at Horfany again and her stupid Yuri channel thingamajiggy because she woke me up to yell at me. Or to try to yell at me, I just ignored it. I'm getting better at just ignoring her bullshit. Like, I really think her plan was just to like bullshit and hope time passes, and I would just like, okay, it's just Tiffany. I think she's involved with some crazy ass bullshit. Um, my plan, like, I'm applying to like all kinds of jobs. Personally, I would not mind going back to the days when I worked at nighttime. I worked like a remote job in the day and a night shift job at night. That was the best. Oh my God, that was the best. I had so much dough too. Cause like I spent probably more than it would cost to pay off my car and fixing my car, and I still have more to pay off on it. But I really like Acuras. Did it need a $2,500 ABS module VSA plug and play? Probably not. I probably could have gotten the $400 one that was used, but I wanted to make sure that it keeps going, and also it's cheaper than the 5,000 one that dealership tried to get me. I don't know. So I think if I was to work two jobs at around 150K each, and the thing about night shift jobs, most of them tend to be like 12-hour shifts, and then that's like 3 days on, 4 days off, 4 days on, 3 days off. So really, you'd be working like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It'd be kind of a hassle. You'd have to like sleep like a strange like mixture of hours. Then you'd be off Thursday, Friday. But from that job, you'd be off Thursday, Friday, and then you could just like sleep and all that bullshit. And then the next week, you just do that plus Thursday, be off Friday, and then you'd be like stacking dough so much. And then that would be the thing to do when crypto's down. I had to sell some crypto. I might have to sell a little bit more. Such bullshit. Uh, that's the other thing. Like, look, you don't understand. No one cares about this. They care about the fact that she stole the money and she's involved in all these criminal activities. But Tiffany's bullshit and her fucking bots that they're trying to like do about like, oh, he's a mean person. No one gives a fuck about that. So much to the point, I went to Korea and was like, hey, consulate, do you guys give a fuck about that? And they were like, no, that's between you guys. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, no one gives a fuck. If anything, I purchased the right to yell at her whenever the fuck I want to. You got a problem with it? Take it up with her. What's this spam in my fucking timeline from all this bullshit? Take it up with her. Don't take it up. I don't give a fuck. Di Disney Plus don't pay my bills, right? Was she's yelling at us about the seating arrangements for our shitty musical. Don't yell at me about it. Yell at her about it. I didn't even go to it. Apparently, I was smoking cigarettes right outside the D1 Arts Center and didn't even know it because it was in Korean. And in English, there was a giant poster that or sign that said "Smoking allowed, public area." So I sat there and smoked and traded crypto. It's retarded. This is retarded. I'm just going to do what I did. I keep telling everyone. Everyone makes. Oh, take my Mucinex. I also think. Oh, this is going to sound retarded. I think that the Mucinex is like loosening up nasal polyps and shit like that. I really think I just got super injured from a bunch of fights because I remember I used to wake up and I had like a weird feeling in my nose, and then someone told me I was like blowing air up my nostril, and I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you were like, but like up your nostril, like that way," because I was sleeping a certain way, and I was like, I had all these like injuries and they were healing funny, so I was yeah, just doing that. It felt a little funny. So I think that like I just had a fuck ton of injuries, and the Mucinex is just like all the like the gunk from years of being twisted and gnarled is finally getting pushed out. Mucinex. I've been going to doctors off and on for years trying to figure out why I was breathing funny. Not once did they ever mention Mucinex. The Witch's Coven said I should try it, and it fucking worked. It's we have a fucked up medical system, which is why I don't really use it that much. What was I bitching about? I don't know, it's just stupid. Like, it's so stupid. I'm just going to like everyone wants to make a bunch of money, and then when they do make a bunch of money, if they make a bunch of money, they lose it. Like you have to be able to maintain it, and the best way to maintain the money is to do what you were doing when you first made the money. That way, if anything happens, you can make it again. Crypto's not going anywhere. Some cryptos might, but crypto's not really going. Crypto's kind of just getting started if you think about like the broad picture of it all. Why would you want to throw the rest of crypto away because I don't know, you want to do some bullshit and try to get a fucking Grammy and a East Busan award that you didn't even fucking get, you stupid whore. I don't know. I do feel like I wasted a whole bunch of time. Like, I wouldn't mind cutting my hair and putting gel in it and all that bullshit. It's just like the whole plan was like to just like I mean I'm sure I got into a better shape than I was back then, but like really, the pandemic just ruined everything. I was like I had like a vibe going and I was trying to like build on it and all that bullshit and the pandemic just shut everything down. And then after the pandemic, this stupid fucking whore shows up and steals a bunch of fucking money and pisses everyone off in my family. It's so retarded. It's like literally like I feel like someone sucker punched me and they're like upset that like they're so weak that they broke their hand. That's the best way I can describe this whole situation. Anyways, I'm gonna play StarCraft 2 and keep applying for just keep working in all that bullshit. Like I don't know. I technically had a job, but I didn't start it. They got really pissy that I was like setting up pen tests. It was really retarded. Like that made me feel so like they were. I was like, that's so unprofessional. Like I, you're not supposed to like abuse it and whatnot. Maybe I kind of sort of was a little bit there, but they call it the revolving door because people understand that in professions, you kind of just like you gotta do what's best for the bottom line, the dollar, and all that bullshit. So offers come and offers go, and all that bullshit. Like if you kind of get mad about that, that's kind of bad business. I would rather not work for like. It's stupid. Like, I think it's a professional courtesy to do at least 6 months to a year, shit like that. But like, I mean, come on. Like, if someone's offering you 15,000 more dollars, you gotta take it. It's fucking retarded. Anyways, it's because it's on a W-2 and it's not being smut bullshit. It's like doing productive work and all that horseshit was I babbling about. Like, I honestly can't think of anywhere to go and all that bullshit. There used to be like things that I wanted to do and places I wanted to go, but all the places I wanted to go ended up being like burnt down or trashed or like, turned into like no-go zone, Chaz slash illegal immigrants, quarantine, hostels paid for by a taxpayer citizen. I'm like, I don't want to go there anymore. This is retarded. All the people I used to want to meet, or like one day, be like that person. Not anymore. They're all like super sellout, leftist, satanic prayer circle weird shit. I mean, like, look, I'll be the first one to say that like spiritual religiousy bullshit can get a little like lame because like it gets into like, the harps and the halos and the clouds. But like if you had to choose, like think about it, if you had to choose between the harps and the halo and the clouds, or like the spirit cooking and the eating of the feces and like the sacrificing of like the baby dolls, which is like symbolism for real babies and it makes everyone freak out about like Pizzagate and shit like that. Which one would you choose? I think it's a no-brainer. I really think it's a no, because at the very least you're like, okay, well that's for kids, ha ha ha. You're like, what the fuck is this crazy bullshit? That's what's going on right now. Like, what the fuck is this crazy bullshit? And the ones who are doing that crazy bullshit are the ones who are involved in stealing from kids, trying to traffic kids, l money laundering, and they like think it's like Horfany knew that the Secret Service was being run by Pepsi Cola, bottling plant from like Mississippi or some bullshit like that because she was like the Secret Service won't do anything, which is why when I got the independent Interpol bullshit going on, she freaked out. This is some crazy retarded horse shit. I mean, I don't want to. I will yell at that stupid whore whenever the fuck I want to yell at that stupid whore. This is so stupid. I just want to get working again, stack a bunch of crypto, and to be quite honest, I think it would be cool if I did go full circle. Because if I really have like 2 or 3 more classes to do to finish up an associate's degree, I might just go ahead and do that. That might be funny. I'll be like, how are you guys treating the club I created? I told everyone 10 years ago that before you know it, you're going to be able to hack robots and shit like that. Because at the time, I was saying that things like a CAN bus are like a PLC in the sense that it's a proxy as well as like a firewall. So it can like inspect packets as well as pass them along. Well, it's like a switch proxy firewall type thing because it's like inspecting and regulating packet distribution. So like that's basically what all like when you see those like robots that like they're starting to sell, those like Boston Dynamic robots like iRobot, every one of those like actuators on the elbow and shoulder and knee, those are all like PLCs. The brain is like the CAN bus. It's just telling it the fucking actuators would have like a PLC or some kind of like a sensor that would just interpret like current and pressure changes, and then that would send that packet to the CAN bus or whatever the fuck the equivalent is for the robot, whatever they're going to call it, does the same thing. It's going to interpret that packet into a signal, send back a packet, and then have it turn to an action. It's packet analysis, PCAPs, which is what I was doing with my phone at Night for Freedom and all that bullshit. And then when I went to the second one, and I was like, I'm gonna bring the laptop because I like the phone, they might not get it because to be totally honest, I think Stephanie was just thought it was cool. I don't think she knew what the fuck else was going on. So I brought the laptop and I was showing them how to like do PCAP analysis and whatnot. I was like, I'll pick up a random packet and I analyze it. And they were like, that's nice. How about a mimosa? And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like allegedly in this room is like Jared Kushner and like some of the other Trumps and like a bunch of senators and a bunch of diplomats from Israel and a bunch of high profile people like Chelsea Manning, like all these like super high profile people who everyone says is not spies, but everyone also says is totally spies. They're in this room and they're all on their phone. And, Cassandra, Cassandra? What do you, Cassandra? And all that bullshit. Everyone thinks like, oh, well, they don't know my password. I got your password. I got your login information. I got your username. I got your friends' contact lists. I got, if you want to pass it off at things like Maltego, I've got every single location you've been to the past 2 years. Uh, there's things like Scappy. You're like, okay, well, I passed it up to Scappy, and now I have like a diagram with like the where you've been, location you've been to, the wireless access point you connected to, the MapQuest location, like everything. And they're like, have a mimosa. So I don't. That's why I was done with this bullshit in 2020. That's why I'm like flabbergasted that fucking the hot Asian bitch I fooled around with in 2018, January 2018, is fucking still bothering me, and she's fucking this fucking hung up about it. I don't give a shit. I don't need a smut actress. You can suck my dick. Stephanie Mi Young Wang, you have a free pass to come suck my dick. I will nut in your face. I do not want to nut inside you. It's that simple. Have a nice day.